Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge with Siena. If you like these kind of videos, be sure to like and share this video and to subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. So, we've had a youth intake preview come in and there's been a few things that's come up. There are a lot of wingers in this group, even if it doesn't seem like there seems to be a lot of good ones. One of our centre backs looks promising. At least three top prospects in the centre midfield can be coming through. And we also have a forward who could be considered a fine prospect. The way we're going, we're going to be struggling to find a place for all our strikers at the moment. Unless this one actually is just a central striker. And then we just have Musa on the right, a bot on the left, and whoever this is in the centre. And we also have a location for one of the centre midfielders coming through. And I'm very interested to see what this is going to be like, because three midfielders. How are we going to fit all of them in when we've already got what looks like a very strong looking centre midfield? That's a question I want to know the answer to. Even if we're not getting a single defensive midfielder coming in, and we haven't got any new wingbacks either, the fact that our wide midfielders don't look great, and most of our attacking midfielders don't look good either is a concern. And the fact there's also few good wingers in general when there's a lot of wingers is a little concerning. What I didn't notice was fullbacks and goalkeepers. No fullbacks or goalkeepers were mentioned. Now, admittedly, this could be me saying this wrong because of the wingback thing. That might be where they are, but I don't see goalkeepers or fullbacks mentioned. So maybe that's going to be something where we can get some players coming through. For me, that is interesting. I'm just interested to see what this is going to be like, because it's the first season we've had where we've had a fully upgraded youth facilities and training facilities along with all the other recruitment side of things. So, for all we know, this means that some of the players coming through could be as good as Landy? Maybe? Hopefully? Please be as good as Landy. Please be as good as Landy. Please be as good as Landy. But don't leave either. If they aren't as good as Landy is, then maybe, just maybe, we might have a situation where Landy decides he wants to stay because, well, he doesn't want to stay. He's also one card away from getting suspended again, which is not ideal. Also, this is just annoying. It keeps something coming up every single time. I can't do anything about it, so I might have to let him go. And the fact he's also good enough for Serie A is annoying. But it's the fact he's just so much better than my other defenders. It's frustrating. Alberti's now considered a Serie B player, which is also a little annoying because he's 22 and doesn't seem like he's going to get any better either. A leading Serie B right back, apparently. Yes, right back, not centre back. So we've got to look at some of these players and say maybe we need to improve them. Apparently, Powell's only going to be good enough for a Serie B position in the future, which means this guy is going to have to fill his boots, which is a little concerning to say the least. Or we just make Rossi be the centre back instead. To be fair, between Cabras and Rossi, we've got two players that can play on the right side of the defence, so maybe we can work on that, even if Rossi wants to leave. But yeah, Rossi's a good player. I'm excited for him. I just gotta hope we can get more and more players coming through, right? That being said, despite my woes about the defensive positioning and the players not being good enough, we've had a few games since we last met, since we're now on the 21st of December, and it's not been great. The first game we had was actually a 1-1 draw against Frosinone. Oliver scoring again. He's a very good goal scorer, it seems like. But then Frosinone, unfortunately for us, get themselves a winner. Keeper makes a mistake. And for me, that was the issue. He made a mistake with that free kick. Paid the price for it. And despite the fact we dominated this game by almost having twice as many shots, but they had more shots on target than us, which is the issue, we could only get a draw. A game we should be winning, we didn't win at all. So for me, this game against Frosinone was a bit of a disappointment. I'm going to be honest and say that. How long we can keep this up, I don't know. But Frosinone, I don't like this team anymore. They keep on causing us problems when we shouldn't be getting problems against a team like Frosinone at this point. But again, if we can sort out our problems, we could be good. We then took on Empoli in the Coppa Italia 4th quarterfinal round, and we beat them by goals to nil after Dai finds Pigneri, who scores, I think, his first of the season with that effort. But it was enough to get us the win against Empoli. It was enough to set up a tie in the first round of the Coppa Italia against Juventus, who we've already taken points off this year, so maybe we could cause an upset. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? to cause an upset against Juventus in the Coppa Italia to knock out one of the best teams in the country in the very first round. I love that very much indeed. How we can do it, I don't know yet, but it's a dream that I have. A very ambitious dream, but still a dream either way. We then took on Lazio and lost by 2-0. It was actually our first defeat at home in 12 in the league, which is a bit surprising, but they scored inside 28 minutes with that effort, and I was a little concerned, and it was kind of compounding when they scored this penalty to make it 2-0 in the 40th minute of the game. We did not look like we were turning up, and I was actually concerned it'd be more than 2 goals, so the fact it was only 2 goals is a bit of a miracle. It was like the Napoli game. When they turned up, they were just really good, and it condemned us to our second defeat in the league this season. So a little concerning, to say the least, that we could be destroyed as easily. But it is Lazio, so I suppose I shouldn't be too upset, even if I am a little upset. We then had our most disappointing game of the season so far. A defeat against Sampdoria at Sampdoria's ground. A team that I just don't seem to know how to cope. I don't know what it is about Sampdoria, but we always seem to lose against them. They are my bogey team in this division, and I never thought I'd be saying that, but Sampdoria just absolutely know how to beat us, and it's frustrating me now more than I like to admit. Because Sampdoria, while not having as many chances as we did, we should have done better. And there was just times when we just didn't turn up. And defensively, we were really bad in this game. For once, the defense let us down. Even the wingers weren't great either. And I generally am concerned now that this is a team that, after losing 2 in a row, could be about to start a decline that I'm not a fan of. And we weren't even that bad compared to our opponents. It just felt like we were a hit and miss situation, and they just took their chances when we didn't. It's just as simple as that, really. It didn't help that our next game was against Inter Milan, and they actually scored thanks to that free kick from Diamante, and they scored again from a free kick. It was satisfied with that finish. A little concerning that we could go 12 games with just 1 defeat to suddenly lose 3 games on a bounce and not score in any of the games. For me, that's more concerning than anything else. The fact we just didn't turn up in this game at all, and Inter Milan just showed why they're one of the better teams. We didn't seem to want to turn up today, and for me, that is the more disappointing part than anything else. I didn't like the fact we just felt like a team that didn't know how to play again, and set pieces is an issue as well. So how we can recover from this, I don't know, but 3 defeats on the bounce in the league isn't great, especially when we realise we've only taken 1 point in the last 4 matches. And with this run of form now coming at a bit of an annoying time, we're now down to 9th place behind Lazio because of results between teams after they beat us, and we're now 3 points away from 7th place Atalanta. We were 1 point in the top 5, but suddenly this run of form could not come at the worst time for us, since we've decided we can't seem to defend, conceding 5 goals in the last 3 matches after only conceding 8 in the first 12. So, yay. Great. Either way, though, we need to do better sooner rather than later. Hugo Godai, 19 goals this season already, and then you got Belmonte with 10. Hugo Godai is just a really good striker. Model professional. He's got 69 goals in 97 matches. He's really good. He's got more goals than games played this year for Napoli, and he's part of the Argentinian national team. So, a really good player, you have to say. Talking about strikers, Jack Oliver is, well, doesn't seem like he's improving. He's apparently got 211 goals in 323 games, which is pretty impressive when you realise that's the case. But also, it makes me realise that when teams want him, that's going to come up every single time because he's now a club legend as a result of his lethal goal-scoring form. A little concerning that we could be losing him again. This time, it's the same club as last time, I think it is. It's the same country, at least anyway, China, where Zhu Xun something wants him. We don't have the firepower, I think, to really cope with his loss. Even if a bot is good enough to cover in that role, I just, yeah, it just feels like a very obvious thing. Actually, a bot's better than attacking roles. What? Really? That didn't feel right. But when Oliver's better than a bot in a lot of areas, yes, there's a 7-year difference, but even so, it's a massive, massive difference in the 2 players. And given that Oliver's also much better in the area department, it says a lot. Yeah, our bot's now got 11 finishing. He's our best finisher, apparently. But either way, I look at this and I realise, yeah, this is a team that we need to keep Oliver around for, at least for the time being. Yes, they're being paid, well, 10 grand difference, but they still are good players, and we need to keep a bot for the time being just so he can pass on his experience as well as anything else. A bot, while has potential, isn't great right now. And he needs some nurturing some more. We need to nurture him a bit more. And I tell you what, Oliver, A bot is definitely getting better and better. He's now considered a 3-star player, but he's a winger. That's where his 3 stars coming from. Everything else, inverted winger on attack, there you go. Inside forward on attack, there you go. Advanced forward, he's okay, but so is Oliver, and that for me is a little concerning when we have to say, yeah, we need to temper expectations a little bit right now. He's a good Serie B player, don't get me wrong. It's just a matter of keeping up the expectations we have of each other and to not get carried away, really. Still, we got Pascal in this game. If we win, we could go as high as 7th because we haven't played Atalanta yet, and well, Atalanta have got their game in hand as well. I don't know where it is, but we got our game in hand. We're going to take advantage of it. And we're only 1 point above the bottom half of the table now, and still 10 points to the relegation zone. Fiorentina have decided to start doing better all of a sudden, so sacking their manager might have worked their wonders actually, but there you go. I just realised we're only 4 points clear of 16th place has Verona. That's not good. Wow, I didn't realise it was this tight in this part of the league, but okay. Outside the top 4, which is also its own little league, this part of the league is actually kind of getting closer and closer, but there you go. Either way, we need to do better and better. We haven't done ourselves justice right now as my 4... That's another one of my 4 players now. 2 of my 4 players I'm playing against this year. That is cool. I like this. It's like my past is coming back to haunt me. Not literally, but my past is coming back. And we've actually seen our 4 players turning up. This is really cool. I love this. Even if I didn't want to sell you, he got a move to Pascal. Benevento really dropped the ball with him. They really did. If the fact that he played 4 times and he couldn't get anything out of him. And he went to Vicenza. They get relegated, I think, as well. No, they survived. They survived. And then Pascal said, actually, we'll pay 900,000 for him. Yeah, okay. And he's got another move. We sent him for 1.3 million. And Benevento got nothing afterwards. They made a loss of 1.3 million on him. Well, but Vicenza make a profit of 900,000. I didn't think I'll see him again. I really didn't. But there you go. It's just good to see him again. It really is. Still, I've got to look at it and say, at what point do I just stop dropping players? Oliver, I've dropped, by the way. I've dropped him. He's just been, look at the last 4 games. He's just not turned up at all. He didn't even end XG for goals, expected goals. That's how bad he was in that game. I know it's Pascal still, but I've got to look at this and say, should I look at this and try to work with another idea? Also, Pigneri is injured, which is why he's not been playing, and he's still tired. 6 days out. After this game is an international break, or into winter break, sorry. Bazzoni's also suspended, which is not great. But we're going to bring Dye into the first team to play along Conte, which could be our partnership in the future. It could be. I'm actually also going to take these guys and make them as centre defenders. I think there might be an issue. I tried to change that. It didn't need to be changed, so we're going to do this. We're going to play a bot up front for the first time as a starter. Oliver's on the bench, so if you need to bring him on, we can bring him on as a striker. Hopefully, this could actually be something we needed to do, and this team will be good enough. Obot, Landy, Rossi, Malika, Conte, Dye, Mapelli, Basenti, Bondi, and Obot started this game with Marco Mao in goal. Could we do well? I like to think we can. Let's see what we can do in this game, shall we? Okay, we've got a corner. Malika takes it. Mapelli's put it over. Get down on target, and it's in the back of the net. Okay, going for a more positive approach because we need to go attacking. Basenti, look at the chance he's got. Look at the space he has to himself. Obot is trying to be onside. He's onside. Finds Mapelli. Finds Obot. Surely he's hit the post. How has he missed this? How has he missed this? Okay, we've got a chance. Malika takes it. The throw. Bondi. Now Conte. Plays it across. It's a good ball to Rossi, actually. What can he do in this situation, though? Finds Dye. Basenti. Mapelli. Obot. Surely this time. He has this time. We've been the better team so far. And finally, we have our lead. Obot, who's 3rd of the season. He can score goals. He just hasn't done it consistently enough. And now he's done it. Thankfully, this might be the start of something, and maybe this change I decided to do, maybe actually the centre-back change might have worked a little bit as well, but 1-0, a bot with a goal, good start for us. We've got a throw, Malika finds Conte. It feels like I may have tried to change too much too quickly with the ball-playing defender, because centre-backs, it seemed like that was working. I think I was trying to play to the traits of players that weren't really good on my side. I'm looking at this now, but here's Dye to Rossi. And now I'm looking at this and thinking, maybe, I should have just not changed it at all. Oh, what a ball at Ilson, Dye to Bondi. That was a very good pass and deserved an assist. We get a corner though. Napoli takes it. Going to +2 might have also worked for us, but here's Landy. Finds Obot, goes for Landy again. He's trying to go for a cross. I don't know what that's about, because it doesn't seem like anything had changed. But it's another corner. And Malika takes this. It's going to be in the middle. It's been cleared away, and Bondi will get to this first comfortably. I don't know what this tie is about, but Bondi on the ball. I don't know if that's a shot or pass. Has this changed? No, it's still key highlights. I don't know what that was for, that highlight. I really don't. So, despite everything, they actually had a shot very late on we didn't see, but despite everything, we were very good today, and we deserve this win. I think changing the defensive roles might have actually done something better for us, because we felt like we were the better team this time. For the first one in a long time, it felt like we were the better team, and that, for me, is a good sign. So, yeah, good win for us. I'm happy with this. We literally had the perfect first half. If we hadn't scored, then it would have been a bit disappointing, but we're back in the continental places, which is good, and hopefully we can build on this, even if Atalanta got a game in hand as to Lazio, but this will also build a gap between ourselves and the bottom half of the table to 4 points, which is good. Hopefully, and this is me being very optimistic, by the way, hopefully this means that maybe we can chance for Europe this year. We're only 2 points off 5th place at the moment, but they have a game in hand. So I'm going to look at Bologna and say 1 point off the top 7 places, because I'm assuming Atalanta and Lazio will win, and then actually Lazio will be in the 8th place. So yeah, Bologna will be 7th. So I'd assume that we'll just be 1 point off the continental places right now. Either way, though, a bot scoring again is very good for us. Useful to say that he can score now, and that his goal scoring record is going to keep this up potentially. I mean, he doesn't look like he's the best of strikers, but 11 finishing, his physicals are good. If we can get him developing even better and better, and maybe this guy is the long-term replacement for Jack Oliver in the time being. He's only had 3 starts and he's got 3 goals. If that doesn't tell you how good he can be, I don't know what does. Yes, he's only got 4 goals and 27 appearances, but he's come from the bench a lot from the wings as well. So I've definitely tried to throw him at the deep end at times, and whether or not this will work, I don't know. But I've always tried to throw him on at some point. Either way, though, good start for us, good result. I can't complain. Our next match is, well, quite a bit away. It's going to be against Fiorentina. We won't be back for that. We'll be back for maybe Bologna, actually. I would say Genoa. Maybe Genoa. I don't know. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches since these times. So go through the entire thing. Yes, one of them's a cup game, but even so, we go through all these games and then see where we are in the table. Because, you know, we'll have that. Then we go back to the Juventus game. That'll be a good game to come to, actually. Because at that point, they might already be struggling out of the championship race if they continue this bad run of form coming on. And maybe we could say we could aim for our first ever win against Juventus at our ground while also getting our youth intake. So maybe if we continue this up, 2 days' time, we'll have a youth intake and we'll see who these 3 midfielders are supposedly going to be good at. So let's see what we do. Let's end this here. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video and that you all subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.